Well, morning all, and welcome back to Motorhoming Adventures. We are at Redline Campers, which is just near Daventry in the Midlands, and we're here to have a look at some amazing vans. Now, we saw Redline at the Caravan and Motorhome Show, had seen some of their stuff online, and so we've made contact with them, and they've kindly agreed for us to come down and have a good old mooch around some of their vans, which you are going to love.
Yes, we've just had a brief look at some of them, and I have to say their camper vans are amazing, and the quality build just seems amazing. We've just been into their workshop and we've had an explanation from from Dave here as to the type of materials and equipment that they use, and we're very impressed so far.
Yeah, so they're also part, Redline Campers, they're also part of Venture Caravans and Motorhomes. It's the same site, so an absolute stack of things to come and look at here. So, without further ado, we are going to show you around one or two of their vehicles. So for this look around, I want to show you this one. It's the Sport Plus 2-litre engine in this VW, but as you can see there, it's a shade under 60k, but it's a brand new vehicle. Well, 123 miles on it, delivery miles. So obviously, as you've probably seen if you've seen some of our other Redline films, particularly the one from the Motorhome Show where we had a look inside 2 or 3 of the vans, you can have a lot of extras added to these, and indeed if you have a look on the channel, you'll probably see not only that Motorhome Show video, but also a couple of films especially, which shows some of the external additions that you can add to make these look absolutely amazing, with the wolf race wheels and the side steps, and but this one, as I say, and that of course, if you do all that, puts the price up you know, into the late 60s, early 70s, early to mid 70s. But obviously this one, the Sport Plus conversion, shade under 60, also got some other additional features which we haven't seen on the other ones. So let's show you this one, and you'll get a flavour of what you get for that just shy of 60k. So your hookup, freshwater inlet there. See, pretty standard wheels there, so not got those amazing wolf race wheels that they do here at Redline, but it does mean that, you know, in these crazy times that we're living in, that there are options to save some money and yet still get a really nicely kitted out vehicle. And you can see as well, you know, you see the beautiful CNC routering that allows these shapes to be cut perfectly to fit the van. This and these edging strips as well, you know, they're not, I've seen some certainly which are much different to this, you know, and relatively poor condition or pretty low durability, whereas these are really properly edged off. All the timber is sort of edged off in this lovely, these lovely protection strips. Which are bonded to the material, cut with that CNC router, and providing similar spaces to what we've seen in those earlier films and the other films on the channel, but just with 1 or 2 tweaks. There's that space in there, a little bit of storage in there, but of course some of the electrics and bits and pieces as well. This is your mattress for your pop top bed at the top there, and then as your little gas locker in there. And again, that's another one of those features that I touched on one of our other films from here at the dealership. Good protection strip there, carpeting in there as opposed to this similar sort of fetching covering that's on the walls there. Proper carpeting in there, so it's really durable surface. And as well, that's another good little Redline touch there, which is making this panel still accessible. So, you know, if you had to get to wiring and things like that, it's not making stuff completely inaccessible. It's thinking, you know, a bit ahead. And making life with your van, your camper van, as easy as can be, even if it does involve a bit of maintenance. I'll just pull this patch off, so you can see the Velcro fittings there, making it really easy to access that huge storage space underneath. You can see as well the seatbelt fittings and these seats as well. Redline seats, they also allow Isofix fittings as well, so if you're travelling with smaller people, then you've got that ability. And while we're back here, the other clever little trick that these Redline seats have got is get your hand down the back there, just release the seat catch, and down comes the seat, or the seat back I should say. So there we go. So you've now got another storage space behind the seats. This is obviously your bed head when it's in bed mode, but it means that you can get, I call it a parcel shelf, it's probably got a VW technical term, but it's like you've added a parcel shelf to the rear. It's load bearing with this lovely squidgy mattress as well, incidentally, which these are really nice. I must say, having tried one or two rock and roll beds with their plywood, but then a relatively thin mattress and probably about the thickness of that rather than the thickness of all of this, then this bedding and this is really comfortable, really nicely done. Okay, so inside you can see there's some more, get an idea of that seat finish on these really comfy seats that are. There's your access into the underbed storage that we saw from the other side, from the back there, and the other door which lets you into the other side. And then here you've just got some under unit storage there with your gas controls for the burner, and a little bit of storage there. This is obviously a Dometic grill only, it's not an oven, but then it's also complemented with obviously your double burner there, your sink with its pop-up tap, and of course your little Dometic fridge here. There we go, little ice box there, perhaps one or two tinnies or a bottle there, what do you think? Definitely. Up above, a nice little storage space here, and look at this as well, sides down the back here so things don't sort of slide up and down the full length of this. They're all separately compartmentalised in there. And your gas struts obviously hidden away up there for your pop top. And then here, that's slightly different to the other one we looked at, in that this has got a little roll round shutter door, which is really nice. Gives you access into that little storage space, and of course some of your electrics. This one obviously has a 110 volt habitation battery to power some of your electrics and your chargers and bits and pieces. You could obviously add, if you wanted to, an inverter to allow you to use some of that off-grid power that's in your battery there, but being 110 amp hours, then obviously you wouldn't want to run too many things too quickly from that if you had an inverter. There's, you've got your panel switches up there for some of your cabin lighting in here, and for your water pump and that. 3-pin plugs, a bit more USB socket space. This is quite nifty as well. You've got your drawer space there which comes out, but then if you look at, take this lid off here and look down into there, and you've got a great big space going right down to the base of the van there, which is a great storage spot in there. Put a little bit of light in there from my phone, gives you the flavour. So yeah, a good little luggage space, storage space in there. Very clever. And I guess it's almost like a little sort of safe area, if you like, because it ends up, of course, being underneath the drawer. But yeah, good little storage place for all your nicks and knacks. Some of your gas detection sensor there, a little bit more, tiny bit of storage up there, and of course some lockers at the back here, which got quite a decent size in there. what Redline have done a lot as well is to listen to a lot of feedback from owners that have suggested, well, perhaps we could have this here and that there, and these lockers in fact are an example of that, where it was just another way of trying to squeeze in a bit of extra space. Feedback from customers saying you might be able to do something there, and lo and behold, you've now got 2 more locker spaces there. These little LEDs as well, these are just touch edge ones that you can just touch the surface of and they come on. And there we go as well, so because it hasn't got that 2-person bench seat type front there, you've obviously got the ability to have a swivel seat there. Just swivels by the central catch there, and then you have to do a little bit of sliding back and forward as it turns around to avoid the pillar there, but relatively simple to do, and gives you a very nice space once you've got your table in place there. Coming across there, a nice little eating area. Right, so let's get this popped into bed mode, and you can see how it fits together. So with that little catch just down the side there, we can release the catch, bring this over, drop that in place, and then with the central bar just down at the bottom here, bar up and then just pull this bit, and there we go, into bed mode. And what it also allows is, let me go around the back, what we can also do is, as we created that little parcel shelf at the back there, we can pop this bit back up again, so it becomes a nice little bed rest if you wanted to sit up just there, watch the world go by with a raised bit at the back of your bed. So there we go, down into bed mode, ready to go. So just before we open the pop top up, this is obviously, as I said, this is the 2-litre manual transmission, obviously, but it's got a few of the VW extras you'd expect. It's got the adaptive cruise control, obviously front and rear sensors. That side door that we came in, that's a soft close function on that as well. It's got a rear camera, of course, because you'll definitely want to see where you're going. But of course you've got your multi-function steering wheel that a lot of you will be familiar with. Automatic lights, automatic wipers, usual heated front screen. It's air-conned as well. Thatcham Cat 1 alarm, which of course your insurers will love. Wash wipe at the back, and of course got a low pressure tyre pressure warning system on it. So all of those sort of little bits and pieces that you've come to expect from your VW. Right, so let's have a look at the pop top. So these are our securing straps for the pop top, so let's just loosen those off. There we go. Pop them down there for the minute, and then and up we can go, up on those gas struts there. And there we go. So really easy to put up. There's our board, ready for the little mattress that you saw wrapped up at the back of the van there. Brand squeaky new. But then of course these lovely access points outside there. Look at that. Lovely bit of ventilation coming through. And at the front here, there we go. So your see-through panel there, and then those side ones being ventilation panels. But this again, if you saw another film, you'll recognise again the stitching work and the detailing that comes with these really good sides, pop-top sides. All unzippable, but more especially from a weatherproof point of view, they are a completely waterproof material which will repel the rain, built to a very high specification that needs very little maintenance in terms of re-waterproofing, and that they'll last you for many and many a year, these tops. And what's also good as well, which we can now see now that we've got the top up, is that these are stainless steel fittings as well here Lots of stainless steel fittings, which means that as well that you don't get any of that annoying rust or bits of the metallic moving parts rusting. Again, really good to see that you know, they're finished with such good quality components. But these cabin on materials are really good and very effective when used in this surround. They obviously make tents as well, and they do trailer tents and what have you, but in this application for pop tops, they're equally as effective as their tents, and equally as water and weather resistant. So a great little space. And of course you can pop up that bed space, so it gives us a nice standing space now at our galley area, or as you move around your van here. Isn't that cracking, eh? Very nice too. But as you can see, just slightly different, very slight tweaks, difference on the interior. Little bits of difference, which enables you to probably save 10,000+ on the finished version, if that's what's interesting you. Obviously all your usual storage nooks and crannies at the front here. Remember that revolving seat there at the front, glove box, nooks and crannies, drinks containers, 12 volt, USB, you name it, or lightning I should say, you name it, it's in here. And let me just show you that soft close function, so just the tiniest tug of that handle and it opens itself up. But then if you see the soft close in action on the way back, just push it to, and there you go, it takes over, self closes, really nice and easy. Nice feature that. So of course it's got some of those lovely Redline additions, you know, it's got the gloss pack, see the gloss two-tone done there, and the gloss on the door handles and bits and pieces. But what it hasn't got is some of the skirts and the bars and the wolf races. So, but it does make quite a difference to the budget, and yet still retains some of those really nice features. Isn't that a nice little van? Loving that. If that's certainly of interest to you, then do give Dave a shout here at Redline Campers, and I'm sure he'd be more than happy to show you around this one. But do keep an eye on the channel, because we're going to try and find you one which has had some seriously posh additions to it, which is the alternative here at Redline, where you can really pimp your ride up and get some fantastic extra features added to it. So go and check the channel out, have a look for those films. But thanks ever so much, as always, for watching. See you again soon.